Hello and welcome. Now then, there's many things that I've got to say. One thing that I did notice in editing was when I was going on about the homemade weight, I was talking about this weight here, the lizard barrel with additional weight, how good that is, and how the one thing is my favourite weight is the homemade weight, that you can literally, because it's so adaptable, you can have it as like half a ton up to almost 2 tons. But I've got to be honest, it's not so good at like dragging things behind it. The amount of times it's caused me grief. Whereas this, I've got to be honest, all the times I've tried it, this has been really effective. Now, and obviously it's not quite so adjustable, or it is a little bit adjustable. So it is one of those things that I am, sort of quite pleased about. Other thing is, I said we're going to look at the animals last time. And I didn't look at the chickens, and I knew that there were chickens were getting a little bit low. Now, we are lucky in so much as they haven't taken any damage. They ran out, as in like almost minutes ago. So they're not hungry, but they are without food completely. So we have got to fix this. So we're going to do two things. We are going to run that across. Now, the other thing is milk. Yeah, but I would like to make something with our milk, because that's another thing. It's why I love the Lords. It's quite good at quite a few things. It's not the best at everything, but that's good at being a dairy and a bakery. So we are going to literally, although it's worth quite a lot, it's a reasonable amount we can get for milk. It's not really. Oh, that's. I've just. Yeah, sorry, I've tagged that. I was just quickly looking. I don't want to tag that. Untag. We do need to be going to see, where were we setting the farm? Oh, hang on a minute. Am I being daft? Not the milk. I was going to sell the bread. Oh no, it is the farmer's market. I thought for 1 minute I was selling it to myself. Right. Anyway, let's go and take this. That's the one thing we really do want to do. Then we will grab some. I was thinking about this as well. We're not using the Schaefer very much at all because of how awful it is in a lot of ways. It's really not getting any use at all. Now let's put the time back up to ×1. I was just doing that while I was thinking. Yeah, so I've got quite a bit of work to do. I hope I made sense as well about what I meant by the optimal shape. If you put that back set of bread straight across, they'll straddle outwards far more than if I put them like that. You'll notice that they're very little sticking out. That's because of that. That's what I meant by the optimal shape, is the fact that they're not sticking out very much because I've straddled them cross, like diagonally. So they're, I'm not explaining myself very well, but I think you get what I mean. Right, so then, yes, we need to do this. Then we're going to buy some chicken food from the shop, and then we're going to try. I am going to try that. I think the hay's going to appear as grass, is what I was trying to say, and I think I'm right. Then where is? Oh, it's on the left somewhere here. Smashing. Yeah, I realise there are yet more cows here on the right-hand side. Although, I think we've got enough, sort of. I don't know. We have, because if anything, I'd like to expand on the ones that we've already got. Right, so it's the second bit, so it's on the left in a minute. So let's indicate first. Farmer's market in German. Right, well, that big green beam of light looks fairly decent. I would say... What is that? Why is there something there? Or is it just... It's not, it's just showing you that that's pretty much where it is. Right, so we're going to unstrap. I presume it doesn't always go exactly where it says though, does it either? That's the other thing. Oh, but it is. That is exactly where it is. Fantastic. Oh, and there is another thing that I telling off that I'm going to... Right. Oh, wow. Smashing. First things first, let's take that loan off. And that leaves us the grand amount of 19,000. So smash it. That is excellent. I thought when you went through that it untagged. Or is that only equipment that does that? Right, shop next, number 2. Yeah, I was talking about the farm supplies production, and I am even going to tell myself off. What is the point on painting a blob of green or whatever other colour I choose if later on I am ferreting around saying, where is the trigger? And there's a blob of green on the ground. So I'm going to shout at myself for you, because like, yeah, I was like in editing thinking, what's the point of me spending time putting paint or a flower pot or whatever it is that I do to mark if I ignore my own marking? So yes, consider myself told off even by myself. Do love that hopscotch thing. It's absolutely amazing. Really do love the detail on this map. Absolutely phenomenal. Well, I've got to be honest, that's one thing I have got to, and I did say that last session when I was beginning to go into the giant smashing. Well, no, I'm not going to say I wasn't giant smashing. I give giants plenty of credit where it is due, but I still do think that well over a year for War Lady, that was, you didn't even look. That's very dangerous. Yeah, I do think well over a year, when they're selling more and more products to us all, and we're all did I do that blob of, I don't think, surely not. I might have done. It is yeah, it's a long time, and I think this was one of the first maps where I started to do that. Yeah, because you'll note there's one there, and there's also one around the corner. Yeah, I did a blob there as well. Those blobs are all me leaving myself signs, although that didn't disappear. So, right, anyway, chicken food is what we are going to go for. Remind myself what's on the sales. I know I've looked. Yeah, that is right. I do remember that. Now then, are we going to... I was thinking about this as well. Do I make one of the Welgers into a thing for the grass? Because I did want to test the Welger as well. I did say that, so we could do that. Not now, I might add. Right, so we need to go... Now then, I don't think there's much difference in the price of chicken food. 1,400 or 1,250. No, that's a little bit better. Pig food's good value. Front bin bags. Now I know that it just fills slowly. I did know this. I have looked at it. Just is a really right. So then there's pallets. I'm sure one of these has got something slightly cheaper than the others. Actually, pallets, and I like the idea of pallets for because we can literally put the pallets in front and it will dissolve. I like that. Could we do that with a fillable pallet? Do you know, I've never tried that, but that's not a bad idea. But let's have a look. Chicken food in pallets. I like the idea of that as well. And I don't know if it would work with big bags, truthfully. I've never really sort of thought about it. 71 for 50, that's expensive. I want a ton if we're going to do it. That's oh dear me. Wow. No. Right, okay then. It was the... Did we do big bag pallets? Right, that's expensive. So the best one so far is big bags. Well, we're going to test that theory then. If that's the best price we've got, we're going to go big bags, and we're going to go for the 1,201. I think that's, yeah, that 1,250. We're going to buy two. I think we will. No, of course I did. Oh, that is so annoying when you call this way, especially to do a proper job. And then some Wally's left that one out. Now, where did I put that? That is the one thing I do need to know. Is there anything else I needed from the shop whilst we're coming down? Fertiliser and seeds, perhaps? A bag of seeds. We've got 2 tons. Is that enough? I'm not sure it is. Let's grab another bag. Let's be honest. The seed company that we know is very reasonable. We only need 1 bag of seeds. 700 for 1,500. Amazing. Well, at least it was worth us coming then anyway, because we did need a bag of seeds. Goodness for that. Right, let's grab that. Now, yeah, this is the one where sometimes it pops, and yeah, even with the big bag, because it is strappable, because it is obviously a big bag. It doesn't always pop, but sometimes it does. I have got this where you can pick it up with the big bag handler, but it doesn't very often. You know, you've got to be hard. Yeah, it's the other way actually. But yeah, do you know, I can't be bothered to waste half an hour of my life, which I will never get back. And we shall see if that stop and go braking works as well. Oh, hate that when you. Yeah. Whether it is that causes the skittering that has bothered me forever. Always driven me crazy, that skittering. So we shall see. Now I've switched that off, whether that actually does make a difference. Right, so we need to take this to the chickens, and we should test my theory. Then we're going to convert this into a proper... Could have done that at the shop. Sorry, car, but you did stop for me, so I'm going. My bad, though. It's one time I do thank you for being, yeah, overly sensitive. And that is still on, the green beam of light. Yeah, we've got a lot of work to do today. This is... Yeah, this was a more, this is a bit of a learning curve. Yeah, so this is us saving the lives of our chickens after their faithful service of dropping eggs. And there's a lot of them as well, actually. Yeah, there's quite a few chickens. So we don't want to, like, reward their kindness to us as a farm and as a farmer with starving them to death. Absolutely not. No. Took had a good look around at other content creators to consider the way that I make content, and always it's good to challenge yourself and think, am I? And I am actually quite happy that I've gone down the wrong one. Yeah, I am happy with the way I create content. It is unique in a way. Yeah, there's not many people do it the way that I do it. I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. I've watched Scroft and Mr. CDP, catching up a few episodes, and Daggerwin and Frithgar. Yeah, I had a look at all of them, and even Millennial Farmer. Yeah, so no, Millennial Farmer's the name of a real farmer. Virtual Farmer. That's right. Right, so then we'll put. Oh, I think I'd already done it, haven't I? No, that's fertiliser. That's got the green halo. I've got to remember that that's the way that works. So then, I think is that the seed one there? Oh no! Now then, where is the bags of feed? Where did I actually do that? I'm trying to think the last time we used that function, or I used that function. Was it to? Oh, I bet it was to fix the when the header disappeared into the ground. Oh, it will be. Right, okay, let's drop that off a minute. In fact, yeah, let's actually change that while we're going past. Then we'll go and get the header. Then we're going to do the test of the... Yeah, and I do realise I can talk about... 295 tonnes of TMR. We're never going to need to make TMR ever again. I could stay for 3 years on this farm, even with these things full. And I'd never use all of that. So that's phenomenal. Right, let's change the world and let's see if this has changed. I don't think I can get under there, can I? No. Ooh, only just not. So if that blue thing wasn't there, I reckon I can just about do that. Can't quite pull left enough. Oh. Depth perception. Yeah, I'm sure in a previous life I was a mountain goat. A terror, talk about... Oh, that's going to clock that as well. Yeah, it's still going to clock that. Now then, let's see how good you are at reversing a swivel axle. Yeah, that's no, all the way. Don't lose it. Oh, not bad. A little bit Larry at the very end. You may just about get away with that, because I don't really think you're supposed to actually come in. I think it is supposed... Oh, let's repair that. And repair that. Repair you, and that's everything. And with you, let's customise. I would imagine. Yeah, that is. I think that is. And right, okay. Whoa, that wasn't there before. Oh, oh, no, that's not going to be so. Yeah, angle's all wrong now. Yeah, they did realise another thing that I was going to say about what I said was the fact that I might be right. There may well be a use case for the feed mixer, but also I have a baler and I could grab loose and just drop it on the field and pick it up as bales. So I don't know what all the drama was about. I thought about it in editing. I thought, why are you kicking up a fuss? You wouldn't be the first farmer that's dragged some loose onto a field and then done it like that. Right, let's get some. In fact, haven't we got any grass left? No, we've got hay. I think we used. I don't think so. Let's have a look. I'm almost sure it's hay. But anyway, I'd like to test the hay theory because it does say grass and hay. I think hay is just going to appear as grass on the thing because it can only say grass on the sheep menu. So I think that's how it's going to work. But there definitely was no grass. Right, okay, let's go test that theory. Did I? Oh no, because I've got to go and find where we have dropped the chicken. Oh, hang on, chicken food. Does that look like chicken food to you? Because it does to me. Right. Another fantastic feature about the big bag handler is this absolutely amazing ability. To do that, because you can even do that on trailers. So yeah, that is a really good. I know it seems obvious, but yeah, when you've used things like strapping systems, that's true. I wonder if the big bag winch can do that now with its. I bet it can. It couldn't at one time. I love the way these shrink and then disappear, go pop. I think that's amazing. Oh well, we didn't need to drop. Let's have a look. What capacity has that got? All my life, we could buy lots more than that. Well, we will when we're a little bit richer. Let's stick that cover on for now. And if I've got the right thing selected, of course, we're going to drop this off and go over to the sheep. And see and test this theory. Well, we cleared our debt. We got quite a lot of sheep. I'm quite pleased with the way things are. Yeah, that is. Now, I'm sure when I first came on St. Kalle that we did some biogas work and that it was over where we did the bale selling. No, that's the wrong place. Biogas plant. I'm sure we did. Do we? No, we don't own it, but it was quite reasonable because it is my faithful, isn't it? 31,000. So we could still do silage and actually sell it at the biogas plant. We're going to go and have a visit there. I'm sure that's our old faithful that we used on every Let's Play. We've got to go over that way, so let's go visit him. In fact, I've really come the wrong way. Let's sneak across to the road. Now, this is one thing that other content creators don't frequently do. I've got to be honest, and that's a sneak away, or they don't do it on camera. Yeah, maybe. Mind you, I've got to be honest. If I had got a tractor and it was an open plan like this, it may be something I would do in real life. Yeah, I might get told off. I wouldn't be a terror, where it wouldn't hurt. So this is our. Yeah, actually, it's not as small as I thought it was. No, it's bigger. It's about as big as the one that I had on Adelshoven. So not that small. So we might get a bit of grapes. yeah, I'm hoping. Obviously, we're dabbling in lots of things that eventually all of these things come back. But we're on positive 15,000. Got no, yeah, we've got no. Do you know? Every time I've switched this off and on, because I didn't intend on doing a session. Then I thought, oh, I really want to see about the grass. So I thought, and the hay, should I say? And I thought, oh. But I also want to find out about other things. I thought, now, what's these buildings? These must have been here all along. So it's to the right. Please just check. It is. Yeah, it's further along. Yes, it did tickle me. Mississippi came from an American map. Two things I noticed. One, he'd got dollars on his first session. Two, he drove on the right-hand side of the road for a little bit, so that was quite funny. I thought, well, it's not just me that does that then. Yeah. It catches us all out. It does, even the seasoned veterans. It is our faithful biogas plant, isn't it? Yes, Disturbed Simulations, welcome home. It is fantastic. Right, yeah, it is. Oh, slightly different though. Slightly different, adjusted somewhat. I do believe we can cut across this grass field without really hurting anything. And I can see the... Oh, no, you will find that actually, if you do that, you might go kerplunk splash. I do believe... Oh, you were lucky there. Yeah, you would. This big river here, you may well find that you would have had to argue with that if you'd have continued on that path. Yeah, I think that's right. Right, let's go and have a look at our sheep, and let's change the tip side to right, and that should be able to open that up. And we are going. Oh no! For once, we're actually, yes, obey. I've got to be honest though. I was very impressed with Mr. CDP's driving abilities. Yeah, it definitely leaves me, wanting to be as good as that. Sometimes, yeah, his perception. And don't get me wrong. Like everybody, he still clocks things and all the rest of it. But he really was quite amazing, right? And this is a fantastic shed as well we've got here. Just testing something. Ah, okay. Well, that's good. I'm not that I would be selling, because I promised that I wouldn't do that on this Let's Play. That I would, only in the sales would I swap something out, and we're not going to even though it's so tempting. Oh. Well, it wouldn't say overloading unless you're allowed to do that. Now let's have a look. It just says food, of course, yes. Well, smash it. And if you go inside, I'm quite sure that what it's going to do is say grass. Whereas really it's not grass. You see, that's been an optical illusion that has deluded you for a long time. There you go. Wow. Wow, a ton and a bit. Fantastic. Right, okay. So then, I'm going to I'm ending the recording when we get back to the farm, but I'm not. Obviously, the session is going to continue next time when I get cracking. I might do a little bit of getting readiness for the next session, as in like filling the massy cedar that we've got ready to our. Oh, indicate, Mr. Smith, you've still got it on. Yeah, so I might do that off camera and get that ready, because we did swap that out. I remember a long time ago, because we've got a 3 metre that came up in the sales, and we bought that massy. I can't remember if we've got a planter as well, but we're only really intending on doing it's only wheat and where are we going? I've lost all sense of direct. Oh, I should have taken the right hand side that away. Doesn't matter, there is another route. In fact, no, actually this is not the right turn here, it's the one after is the one that I really want. And let's indicate properly. case someone is behind us. Fantastic. Yeah, so I'm going to do a bit of prep work for next session, because we are going to be, I also need to fertilise, so I'm going to get everybody ready for action. This is going to be the fertiliser stroke, not maybe the lima, because the lima we need the manure spreader at the minute is filled with lime, and yeah, that's the only bad thing about manure spreaders that you use as lime, is you can't eject the lime. I do know this, and yeah. Right, hay. Let's fill this with another round of hay to take over tomorrow, next month. It's not only me that catches that. Mr. CDP again, likewise, quite frequently says day and then says month. It's true. It does because as a human, you know, it's a segment of time, but. Right, so I just heard the door. I think I've been the dog though. Right. Let's put that on the side. No, I think it was my wife. Right, so then, yeah, I am going to not say goodbye, because I'm going to seamlessly join this next time. Although there will be a cut, because I'm not going to be in the same place. So, yeah. So I'm not even going to say goodbye. I'm going to see you. In fact, you know, I'm not even going to say that, because yeah,
off camera.
yeah, I'd forgotten that we did buy that, but it needed repairing. So I just thought I'd quickly show you this so that you can see how much it costs me to repair it. Yeah, I've got the course ready for the fertiliser, but I realise that this actually can fertilise as well as seed. So what I might do is, I'm trying to think about this. We've not got enough. We have got. Oh no, let's not damage that. Yeah, that little thing has done absolutely nothing wrong, even though it's a bit of a, yeah, doesn't deserve crushing around. That's one thing I am going to say. Okay, why are you snagging on something? Oh, that's because you're doing snaking. Okay, that's I believe they call that a pig's ear. I'm sure that's the right term for that. Oh, are you whacking that? Is that payback? Right, yeah, so we need to eject some of our fertiliser, or do we buy? Yeah, let's buy that on camera as well. Oh, but then we don't know. We'll get the shop to deliver it, but we will reset it immediately. We will. Yeah, I really don't want to. 60 foot? I've not even ordered anything yet. You've charged me for moving it. That's ridiculous. Gordon Bennett. That seems a little bit steep to me. And let's reset it straight away too. And then it just seems silly to actually, yeah, like deliberately go over and fertilise when we're actually planting, seeding, and we can fertilise at the same time. So, I can't remember. I think this is the same amount. I think it's 860, 860. I think. Oh, no, it's not. It's more. Oh, smashing. Wow. That's amazing. And I do like the fact it opens the whole lot. That is clever. Yeah, one thing that does annoy me about the John Deere is the fact you have to like go open, open, close, close. That's good. I like that. That's clever. Yes, I've got that on there, ready to do. That's only a 10-metre spread, but I thought, well, it doesn't matter. We can chug the worker around this field and get this limed and fertilised, and we can get this. I can't remember if we did the Massey course on this. Now, our date should still be good. It's only the same year. So I'm going to set this course, and yeah, actually this is the way I wanted to do it. Our biggest field of the two is field 5. By not a lot, but it is bigger. Yeah, I think we can prove this fact. Although I think we can all see that it is slightly. 2.14 versus 1.4. What? Oh my life. Wow, there's a bit of a difference in yield. That's terrible. Loamy sand. Oh my life. Oh well, it is, yeah. So I think we're going to do this as the, because canola's obviously the least of the two, I'm going to do the bigger one as canola so that we get quite a decent crop for the canola oil, because it is a good money spinner. I've used that on quite a few Let's Plays to bring in fact, it was my very first production in FS22 on No Man's Land. Yeah, we went for the oil when there was no special thing like the Lorts. We went for the oil, the proper oil mill that was 80 grand, and we did a field of canola, bought that, and yeah, it was a juggling act. I think it was hard economy, it was tough. Anyway, yes, I'm going to continue this conversation when I start recording next. I'm going to make a couple of courses with this, and yeah, then I'm going to bring you back in. I shouldn't be saying that because I've got to get better at that. Linking sessions. Yeah, I've set the limer going on what is going to be the wheat fields, and the canola is the only thing I can plant. As the seeder reminded me, I cannot plant wheat this month, but I can plant canola, so we're going to go down to the bigger of the two fields where I want the canola plants. Ooh, now that is a point, you know, this, although it isn't massive, I did side load this last time, so we're going to have to be a little bit sneaky and choose naughty ways to get to our field and hope that we don't, yeah, including avoiding trees so as we don't damage people's crop. I'm good like that. I'll try to be anyway. Let's see. Oh, yeah, no, will we get past this? I think there's a couple of trees in... Oh, actually, it doesn't matter. Yeah, I wouldn't do this if there was crop in the field, but you know... Yeah, this is what I was saying about damaged. Yeah, there's nobody's planting anything. Yeah, it really is terrible. This obviously this is not something you can do on an English map, because I would be literally destroying hedgerows right now. On a European and American map, most of the time I can actually do this. Right, so then let's set this going. Need to set the course. Yeah, those other two are trundling along nicely. Thought I'd get as much work done as I possibly can. 4.3, clear, load, activate. And make sure you're on auto. Yes, before you are auto on both. And let's just make sure, yes it is, and go. Excellent. Let's just make sure that you're good to go. You should be. Then we are going to pop off, because this is going to take you a while. I think you're going to run out of both seeds and fertilizer before long, and you will probably have that. Mind you, for once it's useful. I do like that about this one. It isn't massive. That's not me playing with words either. No, it's not a massive Ferguson. It's not a massive seeder, but it is very useful. It truly is, for the fact that it's no-till, and equally it's fertilizers and seeds all in one pass. So it might not be big, but it does 3 jobs in one. Yeah, that is useful. Let's just make sure you are trundling along nicely, and we shall. That's true. Have we got any more seeds? We have got some more seeds, and we have a little bit more fertilizer. Let's make sure you're good. That looks good to me. Yeah, excellent. All right, let's pop home. Let's run or walk. We would, but not. Yeah, let's try and avoid. Well, it doesn't matter about running across this field because there's nothing in it. Yeah. Although there is in that, let's leave that alone. Let's go and have a quick look and see how things are going. Now, milk. We need to be doing the milk, but we haven't got any tractors left. We have used... Oh, that's a point. You were just talking a few minutes ago about how not useless this was, but how... Now, yeah, that's pointless. We actually use the trailer hitch if we do that. Now, that's water, but that is milk. So let's grab the milk. I think this should be able to manage that. It's not exactly. Yeah, it's not massive. Oh, please tell me. I think I was just in the wrong place. Excellent. Yeah, I would say this should be able to manage this. Now the milk, I believe, is those doors there where we originally thought we were dropping bales, which that's there to the right. Yeah, I do think we'll probably be able to use the mixer wagon to actually do that. So we should be able to get this here. And we're going to go and do the production. So 6.5 tons almost. We are going to make, I will allow like having on most things, we may buy some sugar in as, I don't mind buying components, but I don't like buying ingredients, as in, yeah, you know, like a complete set of ingredients. Like I used to on sugar, I did actually used to, whoa. No, that's, yeah, that's, sometimes you forget about articulation. It does give you a bit, you can get carried away. Now then, where was I? Where was I? Right, let's set this going. Yeah, I forgot. I don't know where I was going there. I shall see in editing and I shall hopefully remember to... that's right. It was about sugar. Yes, we don't mind chocolate. And we will buy some sugar in, but that all depends on how much it is going to cost. Do you know, let's switch the chocolate off for now. We will do cheese and we will do butter. And are we good? Let's have a look. I'm almost sure butter and cheese are one of those products that don't go up and down a lot. So it's worth you actually selling them all of the time. Yeah, it is. 600 fluctuation. And 200 for butter. So do you know something? I think it's one of those things, like I usually do on almost every Let's Play, that we're going to sell all of the time. As I said, I did say this in, I've got to use productions in a less FS19 way and a more FS22 way. We've got to use productions for our benefit. So yeah, that's going to produce a bit of butter and a bit of cheese. And we finally got to use this little thing. So we're going to have a look. I'm hoping. I did fill up a little bit of lime for this because there's a lot of lime to do. But yeah, when we're getting a little bit low, I think what we're going to do is... Oh, please tell me. You were on auto. You are on auto. Then why does it not look right? If that's auto, surely auto on lime is always the same. Or is it... no, but the green on that left-hand side, which is a different... Yeah, it's loamy sand, isn't it? Always forget. So that is right, but it's pretty awful. Yeah, it does show the green 0.375 in that, but it's... Yeah, it's just how it looks. It's horrible. Okay, no, don't unfold it. We're going to literally go on to the next field. Yeah, that fertilizer spreader should just about be finished. I think it's just finished then. So we'll set the lime we're going on this one. That can't be the seeder. Let's load the course for this field, which I believe we called grass field. Well, that's surprising. We actually didn't create the course for this. I thought we would have done. Okay, that's 12 meters. Save, activate, 12 meters. And go. Yeah, when this runs out, we're going to leave that for manure spreading. So why do you insist on doing that? Now we are not going to need to fertilise that field because that's a point actually. We're not going to need to fertilise the other field, but we have. Yeah, we do. Now then, that is a point. If we eject, how are we going to do this? Because we're going to need some fertiliser inside the thing for the other. Oh, I know how we can do it. I do know how we can do this. I am being very silly. We'll run this one over, because obviously the canola that we're going to do tomorrow, that is... yeah, do that. And we're going to run over to that, because that is... I'm sure that's going to run out of fertiliser before long, so we're going to take this over, and we're going to tip that into... Now, there is a little bit in the back as well, so we've got a little bit of a... I think that's everything, though. We did take it... So yeah, I'm hoping we should just about squeeze through. with this and that. Yeah, 1278, so that's another refill on that one. The lime, we've got quite a bit. We've got, I think, at least another 8 ton and maybe even 2. So I think we've got enough lime for all. We should do that. Yeah, let me know how you feel about this, please. I really do appreciate it. I am a bit of a terror for this, and if it really does annoy people, I will stop doing it. It really isn't much of a... I always like to find a shortcut that's not going to damage crop, but it is really a little bit naughty, I've got to be honest. Yeah, it's become a bit of a habit. Or better, I was forever trying to clip little bits off by cutting across the edge of the field, sometimes going over some awful bumps, but it has become a bit of a habit. So if it annoys you, please let me know. And if only 2 or 3 people say it annoys them, I will stop doing it. I really will. Right, so we'll leave this here for that. And yeah, let's just go and have a quick look at you whilst we are here. This is going to take quite a while. Yeah, it is, definitely. And you are going to need a top-up. I'm not so sure about the seeds, though. I reckon we will just about do this. And if we run out again, we will probably go to the shop for the fertiliser. I think we'll just about do it, I reckon. I can't remember if canola needs a lot of fertiliser. It seemed to be eating it up then, so that did seem to be quite bad. But yeah, I would appreciate to know how you feel about my shortcuts. Yeah, if it annoys you, then I'll stop doing it. Not when I'm running, I might add. No, I could pretty much, yeah, like most people, there's a lot of cuts that we can do with that. So let's do we time lapse this? I think we will, because again we have a lot of work to do, and I do like to condense a lot in so that what we're doing is actually, yeah, as much work as we possibly can. Now that green is looking much better, so we're going to do this, then we're going to move on to the other field and we're going to lime that one, definitely. Now we've just about got enough, but if I needed to take a loan, I always said this, if I'm not quite got enough to hire the grape thing, but mind you, we're gonna have yeah, we're selling milk and butter and cheese. We will have a little bit, so that should go up, like probably by tomorrow morning at the very least. It will. I am thinking as well, I am right, if we don't need, yeah, I don't think we're going to need any more TMR. So if we've got this grass field, to me, we're going to make silage, and we're going to take that to the well, I'd like to save up for it, even if we went out on a limb and go into the energy business. I did always say that, I'm sure, when I initially sort of did play on this map, but that was probably one of the first productions I'd buy, and actually we didn't, because I'd forgotten this, and it was only in editing where I thought, I'm sure this had got the Disturbed Simulations BGA. It's just at the back of my mind, and that's why I wanted to go and check it on this very session. So yeah, we've confirmed that now. Obviously, we are diversifying in a lot of ways, which is leaving us spread a little thin, hence the fact that we are really on emergency sort of funds. So yeah, I suppose I am tempted, if we run out of fertiliser, I don't think we can afford to buy anymore. I think we're just going to have to, it is what it is. Like many farmers, it comes to a crunch time where you think, yeah, that's as good as it's going to get this year. We're not cut any terrible corners. I know we've not got a few things like rollers and mulches and stuff like that. They're the icing on the cake, I always think, to be honest. They're the things I will tend to get on a Let's Play. They're not really important, but they're not bad. The same as I've never done the fertilising scanning with that, not since the early days. I think the very first time I'd have got it, and I thought, not really bothered, 2.5%. It's not, is it really worth the effort and time to do that? Maybe, but yeah, is it worth the 20 odd grand for the scanner as well? At the beginning of a start from scratch, not really. There does come a time later on where 2.5% of quite a lot can be a lot, but when it's 2.5% of a little at the beginning and you've got to spend 20 grand ish to actually get the scanner, you think, I'm not sure that's going to actually break even for quite a while. So at a point where 20 grand is a lot of money, like now at the beginning of a Let's Play, then definitely I'd leave it alone. Anyway, I've done exactly the same as I did last session, which is I said I was going to go into a time lapse, and I have not at all. When this is finished, we're going to do the next field. Yeah. So I am going to. Yeah, that is a point. Yeah, I'm going to try to gauge this because we've only got that one more field to go for liming. Yeah, and this is going to be tight. And you can't, of course, it's precision farming. If this was standard farming, I'd just waste it, but you're not allowed to do that. It switches it off. So that's one bad thing about precision farming. Anyway, yeah, we'll get that last one limed, and hopefully we'll use the last of this up, hopefully. And if we run out a little bit toward the end, then it's tough, because I'm not risking filling this and having some lime left when we want to start using it as a manure spreader. That's the other reason I got the other one and started to say, well, it's only a 10-meter spread, but you know, we can use it. We truly can. So that's why I agree with that. Anyway, I am going to say my words. I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. Right, that is it for August, I think. Yeah, we've done everything. I was right. I did literally run out of nitrogen, of, yeah, fertilizer. I'd forgotten I'd used that, and I'd literally stuck there. We've got 60 something, but you know, we have got both. Yeah, we've emptied that now. There is a little tiny bit of manure, which they've got a little bit more to get by the morning, right? So yeah, it's not going to be a lot. But between that and the slurry spreader, it may well... Yeah, we had quite a lot of slurry, if I remember rightly. Now, where was the slurry on this one? Where if you stand on it, it tells you... Yeah, we've got 12 tons of slurry. And I do believe we had a little bit of slurry around here. So between the two, I reckon we've got the fertiliser done for that field tomorrow now. Where are we? Yeah. Well, not a lot in that one, definitely not. But, yeah. I think between the two things, the other thing is we will have a quick look at weeds. Yeah, now obviously there are weeds now, but yeah, we haven't planted. And I do realise I've thought about it. It's the reason the liming wasn't taken is there's nothing to do. Although I've got to be honest, when you lime, I would have thought it would have given you perfect pH neutral in comparison to nothing. In other words, just pH neutral, which would have used a lot of lime, but it didn't do that at all. Although, no, it does say pH value perfect, so it is just the colour as I originally said, so that is fine. So there's going to be no fertiliser from this, which does mean I'm going to have to switch that setting off, which I shall do off camera, so that this ignores the fact that the fertiliser's empty for courseplay. Let's have a quick look at the weeds on this to see what our field 5 is. Yeah, there's not much missing on there. That is definitely good. Next one, I think. Weeds. Right, so this one's got a lot of weeds. Now, field 5 says nothing, but let's have a quick look, because that doesn't mean to say it's not growing. It just means it's not actually yet active now. We need to see the field. And weeds growing. Needs rolling. You know, the rolling thing I'm not, but the weed side of things. Now, you will have noticed we had a bit of a tick up. Yeah, now weeds growing. I think what we'll probably do is, let's have a quick look at leasing a weeder. And let's see what ones there are. Yeah, we've still got enough to, it's getting very, very tight now. It really is really tight. How much to lease? Let's have a look. I would say, what's that? Yeah, there is that one there, 4.6 metre one again. Again, goes in keeping the map. I always said I wasn't going to go large on this one, although I've got to be honest, things like the 9 metre fold really small, so it's really about travelling down the roads. Now, how much to lease you? Less than 1,000. I think we'll lease that, if I remember. Hope so. So we'll do that, and then obviously, yeah, that's the point. If we speed time up now, so I think we're going to buy that. I will literally bring the one of the tractors back down here. That's typical. We just took them back up. Is that not typical? Lease, absolutely yes. Right, and that is where I'm going to leave it. So we've done well. Yeah, I'm quite pleased, truthfully, that we have. Obviously, this is fantastic. Obviously, there's a lot of babies, but I mean, that really is good. The food should last a while. We've got plenty of hay, so there's no worries about that. We've tested that. We've literally done this in everything. pH, yeah, obviously, apart from the little tiny band, which, as I said, I'm not worried about. I did know that might happen with one single strip of unfertilised. So again, I'm not going to lose any sleep over that one fact. The other one, again, no fertiliser to begin with, but I think we've got that covered. This is the tightest I've been on a Let's Way, but then I think I did try to spread my wings a little early. I think the sheep was a little bit... I knew it was going to be tight, but we're having tick up, so no, that's true. I think I was taking that into consideration, truthfully. Anyway, yeah, I am going to say, I truly do hope you're going to stick with me on this journey. As always, I do love to hear from the fellow shareholders of the farm to see what you think, if we're running the farm well. Absolutely, because you have the power to Tell me as fellow shareholders on whether or not I'm doing a good or a bad job, and if you think I could improve. So definitely. Yep, and I'm going to say goodbye for now.